Hello, my name is Six. I have a hat. I'm Six in his hat, and welcome to another Minecraft instructional video. Today we're going to have another look at trees since the 1.7 update introduced a few new things. So what have I got here? This is my survival server and the little tree farm that I've got going on here. I've got one of each, and as you can see I've been clearing a bit of room. So we'll start with the older trees. You can always obviously skip past this bit if you've seen my previous video. So here we have jungle. Jungle trees grow obviously in jungle biomes, and usefully I have set this up over here. So they've got a kind of reddish wood. Not very attractive bark in my opinion. The leaves are bright green. As you can see, I'm on the edge of a jungle here, so we have the jungle trees and you have the 2x2 base jungle trees over there. They grow vines, which can be quite useful for climbing up. And also this is where you'll find the naturally spawning cocoa beans. You can find them in chests as well, but if you go through a jungle you'll eventually find some just growing on the trees there. So how do we plant them? Same as any tree in the game. If you have a block of dirt or grass, or I think it's called podzol, the new stuff, basically where you find trees growing, you take your sapling, and I'll show you how to get those in a second, and right click, and eventually that will grow into a tree. So if we get some bone meal, we're going to speed up the growing process. Bone meal obviously made from getting a skeleton, killing it, and then crushing its bones up. So let's right click. Every time you right click there's a grow chance. It doesn't mean it will grow, it means that it makes the timer that says am I going to grow at this second tick. So there we go, quite a short one there. They're usually quite tall. And as I said, over here in the jungle we have 2x2s. So let's go to the jungle sapling, and it's pretty common sense. If you want a 2x2 tree, you make a 2x2 area of saplings. This used to be really quite hard because before the updates the saplings didn't used to drop very quickly for jungle. They used to be quite rare. It was almost a 1-to-1 ratio on the smaller trees of actually getting a sapling out, so it's nice that they fixed that. And away it goes. Look at the size of it, absolutely huge. Of course, if you just look at where I'm pointing now, if you cut out that and that, and then that and that, and then that and that, you can actually build yourself a staircase by chopping up the wood as you go all the way to the top, which means you can get an absolutely huge amount of wood. You have to use an axe, or you can punch it with your fist. So obviously everybody knows that as soon as you start the game you have to punch a tree, so I won't spend any more time on that. So what do we have next over? Yeah, we have the spruce. Spruce now appears in a few of the new biomes, kind of the colder biomes. Obviously there's plenty of information on the internet about where these pop up, but I'm not particularly looking at that. This is just a quick overview today. So again, right click, pop it in the ground, and since the update you can also do a 2x2 spruce. So this is new and also kind of awesome because I much prefer the colour of the wood for these guys. So there we go. Look at the size of that. These can grow just as tall as jungle trees, but I think that's probably been restricted in height by the fact that the branches of the jungle tree are sticking out. So yeah, another thing about trees is the leaves and the branches stick out. If you destroy the wood, then the leaves around it eventually die off. You can pick the leaves using your axe or the shears. It used to only be shears, but it's been updated now. And then you can put them in your inventory and place them as a block wherever you like I've done. I don't know if you can see that on the train track up there. So we have a train track, and just to make it look prettier because it's a wooden one, I've put leaves up there, and they never disappear. If you destroy the wood, they don't disappear. They're kind of a permanent block once you've sheared them or got them with your axe and then placed them, which is why these don't disappear. I'll show you a bit more of that in a minute. So next we have oak. This is the most common tree in the game. So let's plonk one there and one there. Nothing particularly unusual apart from the fact that they spawn apples when you destroy the leaves, either letting the leaves decay or chopping them with your axe. I think with shears as well, you get a random spawn chance of an apple, which you can obviously enchant and make golden or both. And of course, if you want to breed horses, it's good to have some oak trees around if you've got some gold, because then you can breed them. You can't do it with just a normal apple, but you can do it with the golden ones. They also pop up in different shapes. You've got kind of the normal ones, you've got ones that look like a little bubble on top, and you've got large oak, which I've planted the wrong ones there. That's me being stupid. You've got large oak, which has branches sticking out, much like the top of the jungle tree over here. See these branches? You get these on the oak trees as well. So if you're doing a farm, they're not particularly useful to get the big ones, unless you build a roof, obviously, to stop them growing too high, because you can't just go up the middle of the trunk. Let's see if we can spawn one so you can see what they look like. That's a little tiny one, and that's a slightly bigger one. So let's chop one down just for the fun of it. So select an axe, and there we go. Simple as that. Obviously, the better the axe, the quicker it goes through the tree. And let's pop that back down there. With the wood, you can either leave it as oak planks, as the wood, or you can turn it into planks. You get 4 from each block of wood. You can also cook the wood using planks or the wood or whatever else you want to use as a fuel source, and it turns into charcoal. Charcoal obviously being really useful because it is a better fuel source than wood, and it's renewable. Bit dubious about carrying on until tomorrow. This is a survival server and it's pure survival, so there might be a few mobs around soon. Then we have birch, which again looks very nice. Some of the older trees in the game, so you've got birch and oak, look good next to each other. The spruce and the oak look good together. Jungle wood just looks like jungle wood. Not a fan. As you can see, you can also put the saplings in the plant pots. In my storeroom, I've put the plant pots on top of the wall behind the chest and popped in a sapling, so you can see from a distance what they look like, which looks quite nice. What do we have here? We have the new ones. We have Acacia. They spawn in the new biome, Savannah. I'm pretty sure it's called Savannah. And they have this bright orange wood. So if you want to make something looking a bit funky, then you can use that. But they've also got a nice dark grey bark, which can look nice as well if you place it as wood. So you've got quite nice contrasts, and that works well with the other older trees as well. Again, right click with some oatmeal, some bone meal, and they kind of grow funny shapes. They go out at 45 degrees, which is unusual. Look at that. Obviously not the same as all the other trees, but again, it's quite nice to have the different colours. And then we have dark oak, which comes from roofed forest biomes. Just as a side note, if you're going into a roofed forest and you want to get across it quickly, run across the top of the trees, not through the middle, because they're quite dense, the jungles. These will only grow as 2x2. And I need to get this right, because otherwise my OCD is going to kick in. So let's do that. So that's a 2x2, but if we have dark oak, there we go, just a single, it'll use all your bone meal and it'll never actually grow. So something to be aware of. And there we go. So that's about it for trees. So dark oak. Sorry, one last thing is the leaves for the 2 new trees, although they are named differently, they look exactly the same as oak. Literally, you can plop a oak on top of this acacia leaf and you won't be able to tell the difference because they've got the same texture. So that's about it. If you have any comments, questions or suggestions, please leave them below. Please like and share the video. And if you'd like a video made for something you've seen and don't quite understand, or something that you want to see in the future from my channel, please let me know.